Hey everyone, it's Paul again. I'm going to do some blendering in 2.70a. It's not probably not the newest anymore, but I still run XP, so that's what I got that runs and getting the screencast and all the other stuff set up for Linux. I'm not still not familiar enough with this, so I'm just going to use this. All right. Anyhow, what I'm going to do is create a hexagon or honeycomb kind of mesh setup. So let's do that. And we start out with the cylinder of all things. And the cylinder is kind of really just a polygon based primitive. You can make a cube out of it. So if you look right here where it says add cylinder, here's vertices, radius, stuff. This is actually sides. So for a hexagon, I'm just going to hit 6. There you go, you got 6 sides now. And the way I'm going to do this mesh is go into edit mode. Face and delete those vertices, and it just leaves me with that. And center it like so. And then I'm going to inset a small amount, not too much. So. And I'll leave myself a little open hexagon pattern like this. Edit mode. I'll go back to object mode. This is just the base pattern for starting out. So you have a hexagon. And now I will create an array. I think 4 is the number I want to use for this. And I want to click merge. And it'll give me like an initial starting setup of a hexagon pattern. I'm just doing it here to explain it and what I'm doing. So check in edit mode that it's all one piece. And there's no doubles. I think it's all good. I always check for doubles and stuff like this. Add a modifier second array, but instead of that direction, this direction. And I'm having problems with my headphone cord. I guess my cat sat on him or something. Darn it. I hope my mic's not cutting out like one of my ears is. We'll see though. Alright. And that offset, I believe I want 0.75. I think that is good. Actually, I need one more. Like so, because I'm going to section this out even further still. Okay. Hit apply. Edit mode. All remove doubles. Okay. I think that is good from there. And go into edge mode here. Yeah, what is it? Control Alt. Yeah. Shift Control Alt. subdivide just once. So you get this pattern here, and turn off those handles so you get in the way. Oops, that's not the edge I wanted. There. So select these edges, and I go, what is it, mesh, edges, let's say edge, split. Alright. What that does is it should cut this out, so if I hit face there, and I want to say select, what is it linked? Yeah, got all those. And hit X and delete all the vertices. That leaves me this section, and this is what's going to build the basis of a honeycomb array kind of thingy. You'll see in a moment. It's pretty cool though. I'll select that, and I want to center it again. Maybe I don't need the center. It could work like that too. But I'll center it. That's fine. So what we do now is add an array, and that makes it go around like so. Which is kind of neat. And see, you're building up the honeycomb pattern. And we add another modifier of an array, except instead of a relative offset on this direction, which I'm guessing are X, Y, Z in order, so switch it to that and make this one 0. Oops. Actually, I wanted the other way. New one went below it, didn't it? This one is 0. Headphones are being weird again. Ah, like that. That's the way I went. And you can see you got a start of a honeycomb pattern, which is pretty neat. And what I want to do now is create a path, I believe. Yeah. So turn this up a bit. Bezier curve, I guess. That'll work. Do Shift C there just so it stays on the plane. Scale this down. Make it smaller. And I'm going to hit Control A and apply Fusion Scale. Whatever, I think that's good. And Now I want to apply another 1/2 curve. Right now it's all twisted up and weird. So you just click Y and now it follows the curve like so. But to get it to go the way you want it on the curve, I usually turn this feature off and turn on balance clamp and stretch, but stretch is off for now because what I gotta do is go back to this and where is it? One of these I have to change the count from fixed count to fit curve. There it goes, like that. And if I go back to the curve, I can go stretch fit. And stretch fit is neat because if you make it cyclic, it'll actually match up and close if you get it just right. Well, maybe I'll show that in a bit, but I want to do one more thing with this. It's kind of a honeycomb, but it is 2D right now. It's kind of flat. So, I want to turn on merge there. Merge here. That's just so it's seamless. And more modifier. It is solidify. Yeah, there's a whole lot of modifiers to get this to work. I need to offset here. I just hope my headphones are working right, 'cause I can hear it in my ears. I don't know if it's cutting my microphone out. It's like the headset type. And this one does is give you thickness. So it's not just any honeycomb mesh, it's one that actually has the defining volume or thickness to it. So if we can dial this up, we can make it thick and just the way you want it, which is pretty neat. So you can define all kinds of shapes with this and have a honeycomb wall or structure. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this for a bit so I can see the curve here. I'm going to edit this curve so it leaps around in some way. And change the curve. There should be an option here. There's the cyclic. Yeah, turn the cyclic feature on. And then I can turn the view back on, depending on how it is. Yeah, the ends meet up. Sometimes they don't. If I see, sometimes they'll open up. We'll see if it depends on the sizing. I guess it's working. There's ever so slight split. See that? That happens sometimes. You just have to adjust the mesh to get rid of that. Sometimes it's not as easy as it seems. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. G and Shift C. Alright. depending on where your last vertex is on the loop, depends on how well it's going to weld, I guess. So you want that one to be fairly straight or close to it. Alright. And you can also do things like, oh wait, have the honeycomb bend up or down, but you see it deforms weird when you do it like that. You can go back to properties of this thing and basically by adjusting this different counts you can adjust the height. So taller, shorter. And so you want to make a weird tube shaped thing, right? So that's how you make a basic honeycomb structure that's cyclic. If you wanted to make a tube in any kind of shape, you can do the same kind of thing, but oh, not that. I didn't want to do that. Object mode. But you want it like one ring high for making your tube starting out. I'll show you that real quick. Probably just hide that bit again. So I'm making a tubular shape out of honeycomb. It's like some kind of weird airfoil like shape or something. I don't know. Alright. It's kind of messy at the one end, but I'm not going to worry too much. But you got a honeycomb shape like that. You want to make a tube structure out of it. Well, what you do is you apply everything just so you get this tube shape first. And I'm going to make sure it's welded together again. It's welded together for the most part. Center it like so. If I create another path, curve, and array this again. It's kind of working. I don't know why the array's not working on this. probably have the wrong offset value. Let's see. Ah, here we go. So you can make tubes out of your hexagon materials in very interesting shapes. But it's just something I want to show you. It's pretty neat. So you can make all these honeycomb structures. Dude, are pretty wild. And it's not quite matching up. Okay. Should probably have this at 0.75. I have a reason. Feeling that's what it should be. Yeah. There. Something about that spacing and at that scale. There you go, and click merge. And after we get a structure like this, we can put the bevel modifier on it. Subdivision works too, but sometimes it gets way too heavy really fast. I think bevel is slightly lighter than subdivision. Not a whole lot lighter, but slightly lighter. Depending on how many levels you go. And it just gives it some slightly nicer edges for rendering if you get it close. You have to do smaller bevel with like 5 maybe. It takes a while to update because there's so much geometry being calculated. Lag City here. Well. It really depends on what you're doing with the hex mesh as to what bevels to use. Width method to be width. Yeah, that's why it's working the way I expected. These settings really depend on what scale you're working at and stuff too. Well, I've done other renders where I've gotten it smoothed out nicer, so I don't know what to do with this. It's probably going to be something weird when I check that. Let's see. Yeah. I'd go even smaller a bit. Come on. It's like, hurry up, wait. Let's try that setting. Well, it's being weird, because it probably did some fancy stuff. But with a little bit of practice, I'm sure you can get it down right, and you can get interesting shapes like this. Want straighter paths, you can get kind of stuff. Or you could just warp the thing around into a straight tube and do things like that. But it's really neat how you can build up these complicated structures really fast in Blender without really trying too hard. And you get this really neat, complicated geometry. The only thing is like once you make an actual structure out of it by applying it, the poly count goes up really fast. Like right here it already says 519,181 vertices. The face count is up there pretty quick. So you can see it builds up geometry really fast. That's the downside. The upside is you get to do this cool stuff. For 3D printing, if you're doing things like this might be one of the ways to go. Just remember that it's really limited by how much RAM you have on your computer, and if it just had a blender totally blank out on you doing this kind of stuff. So it's something you gotta watch out for. Alright, there's how you make a mesh. Have fun. Do some cool honeycomb grid structures, or you can do outer grids. Honeycomb is just an example I could think of as and had a method for. Alright, have fun.